Now, part of the reason for getting this bike was that I could modify it and make it my own. I have customized certain things on it, so let me run through a few of those for you. Link will be in the description. If you want to check out any of the things I've used on this thing to customize your own, then feel free. Starting with some fairly obvious points, let me take you with me on a little journey. First one probably I would say is the mirror. In case you're wondering, I believe that's more of a Clubman mirror, but it's from a company called Highsider, and it has a little bracket that you can adjust to put underneath there. In all honesty, it doesn't work perfectly where I've put it. I will be adjusting that at some point in the future. Next is the drag bar from LSL, aluminium of course, 22mm. It is not perfect by any means because it is, in all honesty, slightly too long or longer than I wanted it to be. I will chop it down, and then when I do that, I'll probably adjust where the mirrors go. But the original one that I got was slightly too short, which meant that this brake reservoir was fouling against the top yoke, or the triple clamp, whatever you're going to call that, and it just would not fit. So I had to get a slightly wider one. When it came through, it was a little bit too wide. Then, some of the stuff I'm most proud of. We have Motone Indicators. I like them a lot. They are very nice. When you get them, you can go for the orange inserts, or included in the package are these clear ones. So I changed it for the clear lenses. Just personally, I think they look better. I've also got a Motone front fender, which is actually made for the Triumph Bonneville range. The Street Twin, I think, is the one I went for. Obviously, that means that the holes don't match up specifically with the Moto Guzzi, but you can adjust it yourself. There are other versions available, there are other companies doing it, but I like the brushed alley and the stubby style of front fender from Motone. Hence why I chose it. Tiny little point, that is a bikini fairing or fly screen from Darts. Not everyone's going to like that, but I quite like it. It obviously does nothing to keep the wind off you, it is just there to make it look a little bit prettier. Because I'm vain like that. Then moving around, we have this. That is a side plate or blanking plate from BAAK motorcycles, BAAK. I didn't just have a speech impediment or say that wrong. And they're based, I think, in France, and they do a lot of custom modifications for the Moto Guzzi. Then, of course, again, we have the Motone Indicators on Motone brackets. The brackets are practically plug and play, although not perfectly. The indicators obviously just mount in there, and you need to rewire that yourself. These ones, again, didn't fit perfectly on this bracket, so I had to get a little washer to make sure that it fits in there without obviously just sliding straight through. Obviously, the Motone parts that I've gone for are by and large designed for the Triumph range, and then I've just modified them and tweaked them a little bit so they'll fit the Moto Guzzi V7. They don't specifically make anything for the Guzzi, although I have been told actually by the guys over there, they are very good. If you email them, they'll get back to you quite quickly. They are going to branch out, hopefully, into some stuff for Moto Guzzi. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for a seat. Then going down to the fender on the rear, what we have is again a part, or this generic part. This isn't actually made for Triumph, this is just the metal itself, and then you obviously fit that however you need. You can make brackets for it, you can drill holes in it, which of course we did. We did all of those things, and again, when I say we, I of course mean my father and my brother, who without I would not have the tools to do it, the means to do it, or the patience. So thank you very much to Tim Senior and Martin.
Now, we've no idea what wires are what.
Oh no?
Nope. We don't know what colours are what now.
So now you've got to plug
oh yeah, we do. Red's to red. Blues you said to black. And then that
was to yellow.
That's yellow.
One indicator.
Indicator works.
The right way around.
Under indicator works.
Not the opposite way around.
Right, and your tail lights on or not?
Nope.
Right, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah. Press the brake. New.
Right, this will be the brake light then.
Yeah.
Brake light. Done.
And then of course the tail lights. The tail light is again from Motone, and you can go for separately just this by itself, or you can go for it with the mounting bracket, which works nicely and actually I think suits this bike quite well. It's also got the number plate light hidden discreetly down the bottom there, so you're all good and road legal. And then of course the exhausts are my favourite feature, I have to say, and sadly, or not sadly, I didn't even stick them on. They came with the bike. They were a big feature of why I like this thing. I saw it pop up at least 3 times. I knew that I wanted to get a Moto Guzzi. This came up at the right price with very little mileage on it. With the exhausts, from research that I knew, I already liked and wanted. These ones I believe are plug and play. I didn't do it myself, but I don't think they've had to remap the engine to actually apply these. It does pop and crackle when you decelerate, so maybe it's not running at 100% efficiency, but there isn't a noticeable drop in power and they sound awesome. There are other things I would do to this bike and will do to this bike, in all honesty. Mainly I'm gonna spend some attention on these bars because they still stick out a little bit too far and that mirror isn't exactly in the right position. But for the most part, I've got it looking how I wanted it to. And if you like the look of any of the modifications on this thing, then feel free to check out the description. I'll put links in there if you need to have a little look and find them for yourself. And for anyone curious, this is what the exhaust sound like. Thanks for watching. See you soon.